7 products, one single event, and a very rare moment where Apple's usually secretive plans are leaking like a sieve. If you've been holding onto your wallet waiting for the right time to upgrade, I need you to stop what you are doing and listen closely, because March 2026 is shaping up to be absolutely massive. We're talking about a packed event centered entirely on one theme that we rarely see from Apple: aggressive, budget-focused hardware. Yes, you heard me right. Apple might actually be trying to save us money this year. Let's kick things off with the heavy hitter, the device that probably half of you are watching this video on right now. The M5 MacBook Air. According to multiple ad partners and analysts, this machine is expected to land in early March. This aligns perfectly with Apple's classic playbook: release the pros first to drain the bank accounts of the power users, and then drop the Air for the rest of us a few months later. Now, visually, don't expect a revolution. The design is staying unchanged with that same 13-inch display we know and love. But let's be real, the current Air design is already gorgeous, so I'm not complaining. The upgrade that actually matters here is under the hood. The M5 chip. We have already seen real-world performance from the base M5 MacBook Pro, and if that is anything to go by, this Air is going to be a little rocket ship. We're talking about major gains in ray tracing, AI workloads, and video encoding. Reports are suggesting up to twice as fast video rendering compared to the previous generation. That is not a small bump. That is a leap. Plus, noticeably faster web performance and just a smoother experience overall. Basically, it's the Pro performance, but in a laptop that doesn't hurt your back to carry. But here's where things get really weird and, honestly, pretty exciting. The iPad lineup might be seeing the biggest surprise of the entire event. Recent code leaks suggest that the humble, budget-friendly 12th generation iPad could jump directly to the A19 chip. Just to give you some context, that is the same chip used in the iPhone 17. Usually, the budget iPad gets the hand-me-downs from 2 or 3 years ago. It was expected to get the A18, but Apple might just skip a generation entirely. If they actually pull this off, it would be unprecedented. We're looking at massive gains over the current A16 model. Huge jumps in CPU speed, GPU power, and gaming performance. The leaks also point to 8 GB of RAM and potentially Apple's own N1 Wi-Fi 7 chip. Why would they overpower a budget iPad like this? Maybe for Apple Intelligence features? Who knows? However, I have to play devil's advocate for a second. Some sources are claiming Apple might skip this model entirely at this event to push buyers toward another iPad arriving at the same time. But if the 12th gen does drop with an A19, it's going to be the best value tablet on the planet, period. Speaking of value, let's talk about the phone that might just become the best-selling device of 2026. The iPhone 17e. This is Apple's most important mass-market device, and the leaks are painting a very pretty picture. Internal code suggests this phone also gets that powerful A19 chip, but the upgrades don't stop there. It is rumored to get the new 18-megapixel center stage selfie camera straight from the flagship iPhone 17 lineup. And finally, goodbye notch. The rumors say we are seeing a switch to the dynamic island and thinner bezels. The display remains at 6.1 inches, but visually, it is going to look far closer to a Pro-level iPhone than any previous E or SE model ever has. And here is the kicker. Despite all those upgrades, rumors say the price is holding steady at $599. If that is true, why would anyone buy the regular iPhone? This thing is going to sell like hotcakes. Now, are you ready for plot twist? Because this next one is a major shakeup. Do you remember the old 12-inch MacBook? The tiny one that was super portable but kind of slow? Well, it sounds like it is coming back from the dead. Recent references and leaked code point to a new model codenamed J700, running macOS 26.3. But it is not what you think. It's not running an M-series chip. Performance leaks suggest this budget laptop will be running an A18 Pro chip. Yes, the chip from the iPhone. But don't panic. The A18 Pro delivers class-leading single-core speed. In fact, the multi-core performance is rumored to rival or even beat older M-series Macs. It could ship with 8 GB of RAM, with an option for 16 GB. Think about the battery life for a second. An iPhone chip inside a laptop chassis with a laptop-sized battery? The battery life could be absolutely unprecedented. We're talking about a machine that might last for days, not hours. It is rumored to come in fun color options, and wait for it, a price tag around $599. This is Apple aggressively attacking the budget market. A $599 MacBook and a $599 iPhone released on the same day. That is a power move. Rounding things out, we have the iPad Air. Now, don't get too excited here. Leaks point to a pretty standard refresh. No major design changes, just a jump to the M4 chip. It will likely get that N1 wireless chip for Wi-Fi 7 support. But otherwise, it is the sturdy, reliable iPad Air we know. It is basically just keeping the specs up to date so it doesn't fall behind the new budget models. And for the smart home fans, we haven't forgotten you. A HomePod Mini 2 is apparently on the list. It is expected to be powered by the S10 chip. Why does a speaker need a new chip? For faster, more reliable Siri responses. Hopefully, this means Siri will actually understand what song I want to play without me asking 3 times. One piece of bad news, though. If you were waiting for a new Apple TV 4K, you might have to wait a little longer. The refresh appears to be delayed until April. Reportedly, this delay is tied to next-generation Apple Intelligence features that aren't quite ready yet. So, hold on to your current remote for just a few more weeks. So, let's recap this madness. If the leaks are accurate, Apple's March 2026 event is going to be a budget-friendly bonanza, a landing in early March. We have the iPhone 17e starting around $599. We have a revived 12-inch budget MacBook, also potentially around $599. And then premium devices like the M5 MacBook Air, scaling upwards from there. This is a side of Apple we don't see very often. Usually, March events are kind of sleepy, but this year, it looks like they're coming for everyone's wallet, from the budget-conscious student to the pro user. I want to know what you think. Is a MacBook with an iPhone chip a genius idea or a disaster waiting to happen? And are you buying that $599 iPhone 17e? Let me know down in the comments. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our full breakdown when these products actually drop. I will see you in the next one.